Hello everyone and welcome to my week 4 multimedia presentation for MPA540. In this presentation I'm going to talk about 5 topics from the chapter that we read this week. The first topic is remote work and telecommuting. Second one is flex time, compressed work week, leave sharing and pooling, and wellness programs. First topic for discussion is remote work and telecommuting, and the chapter discusses telecommuting and reviews some of the statistics behind how companies are allowing telecommuting for their employees and discusses the growing telecommuting culture in the public sector. The reading also discusses some of the benefits of telecommuting and also the negatives, and it provides some examples of those negatives, and that there were some agencies that were caught not working full work hours, and also the use of drugs and alcohol during work hours was a problem too as well. The news story I found was in CNN Business, and basically the concept that was covered was the news story was discussing people's satisfaction levels from working from home and their dissatisfaction from having to return to work, but it also provided the employer's perspective too as well of why they wanted their employees coming back. And this relates to my program as this is something that I would want to implement in my team and in my program of a hybrid work environment. Because to allow staff to have some work-life balance. The second topic is flex time, and the chapter reviews the definition of flex time as having varying start or finish times, but working a set minimum hours during a given week. The news video that I found, or news story that I found, was a CBS This Morning news story that was posted January 26, 2015. And the concept that it covered was basically discussing how employees having a flexible work schedule allowed them to get more sleep and basically overall had better improved health. And this relates to my paper as this is another policy that I would want to put into play in my group. I do believe that of having a set number of work hours is required, but when individuals start and when they finish is really determinative on the work that is being done and conducive to the work. And I want to be flexible and also meeting the needs of their families too as well, to allow them to spend time with their families. The third topic I wanted to discuss was compressed work weeks. And the chapter discusses compressed work weeks and goes over the various forms that it can take, such as working 4/10s or 32-hour work weeks, and it discusses how it's implemented in some government agencies, and it also provides some cautions in the implementation too as well. The news story that I found was from NBC News. It was posted on YouTube by NBC News on February 22nd, 2023, and the concept that this one covered was discussing the successes that companies had by reducing work weeks to 4 days, whether that be a 4/10 or 32-hour work weeks, and how that increased employee engagement. And this relates to my final paper, and this is something that I would not allow in my group due to the fact that the nature of the work that my group does require them to be in 5 days a week to be able to support the customer base and the internal customers too as well. And with the other flexible options that I am wanting to instill, I think that instilling a compressed work week would just be a little bit overkill. Fourth topic for discussion is leave sharing and pooling. And the chapter in the book goes over this concept of sharing and pooling leave time or sick leave time. It talks about how it is common in public sector and not so much in private sector, and discusses the different types of sharing and pooling that can be implemented and how it can benefit employees, especially those who have significant illnesses and needed extended periods of time off. And the news article I found, I didn't find a news video on this, but it is a news article from a website that was called Stuff. It looks like it's a New Zealand website, but it is about how a council in a district in New Zealand passed a sick bank policy that allowed employees to donate their sick time into a bank for whenever another employee needs it for a severe illness. and it goes over to explain how within the first 3 hours, over 1,000 hours were donated to this program. And again, this is something that I would, it relates to my program, is this is definitely something that I believe in and I would want to instill. If it's not a policy already of the organization, then it would be something that I would push for through implementation, through the correct channels, all the way to approval by a council body. But this is something I definitely believe in. So the fifth topic is wellness programs, and the chapter discusses the reasoning for implementing wellness programs and the benefits, and also discusses the different types of wellness programs, such as gym discounts, health assessments, risk appraisals. And the news story that I found was from CBS this morning. It was posted to Facebook on February 25th of 2019. And what this news story is about how companies are implementing wellness programs that introduce fitness trackers, and the fitness trackers are worn by the employees so that the companies can really run incentive programs and so forth to make them healthier, and healthier employees are higher producing employees. And that's exactly why I would want to implement something like this as a part of my program and my team. Not necessarily the fitness trackers, but definitely some sort of wellness program to encourage health and wellness and fitness, to have healthier employees. Video. So thank you very much for watching.